Good evening, and welcome along to the big show here on NVTV. Hope we find you well this evening. We've got some great guests lined up tonight, haven't we?
We have. Coming up on the show, we'll be talking to Wanted the Simple Life's presenter, Chris Bavin. He'll be talking about some of his new projects coming up for TV.
We'll also be having some music from the Ulster Orchestra, some songs from their Our Songs, Our Place project, and we'll be taking a look back at last year's Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards, which took place at the Europa Hotel. We were there.
We were, and we had a lovely night. It was absolutely full of people.
It was.
What's it going to be like this year?
I know, it was great. It was the last live gig that I did on stage, so we'll find out what happened. But starting things off, as always, on the show this evening, we're going to take a look at some of the more quirky news stories of the week. And Kim Kelly from Local Woman magazine joins us on the line. Kim, how are you?
Hi, Kim.
Thank you, and you too?
Very well, thank you.
Yes.
I'm just loving your fire, but I know it's not a real fire because I asked you that. Because in my innocence, in my Zoom innocence, I was like, I love that fire. And you're like, it's not a fire, Kim.
It's not real. And I probably believe behind you as well, Kim, that's not really New York either.
Wouldn't you love it? I don't even remember leaving like the house, never mind going to places like New York. Where is this New York that people speak of?
Exactly.
So it's great.
Things are very different these days, aren't they?
They really are.
And I think in some of the stories that I'm going to talk about, it just reflects our new normal. I'd just like to put out there, I don't like the new normal. I was happy with the old normal.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely have a new normal. And I don't know if you can see from my lovely hair, I've got a ring light on to try and hide it. Yesterday, I decided to bleach my hair. Now, I know every fibre of my being was saying, don't do it, Kim, don't do it. But I did it. I bleached my hair. So it came out a lovely colour of, well, yellow, I guess, would be the colour, you know, yellow. I look a bit like Eminem. But that's fine. That's fine because, as I say, he's very successful and probably a good person to look like. So I'm sitting here with my Eminem bleached hair. So I was looking on TikTok at other ladies who have bleached their hair and wow. All I can say is wow. Get yourself on to TikTok. My particular favourite this week is a lady who's just hit 1 million views for dyeing her hair red. Now, if you've got red hair, you know it is a very tricky colour to do. It's very, very messy. So the TikTok starts with this lady and she's in her bathroom. She looks like she's killed a pig. You know, she's standing there in the white t-shirt, you know, red everywhere. And she's dyeing her hair ruby. And then it's everywhere. It's all over the bath, everywhere. And then you see her going, she's got 2 sons. She gets in the car. She gets one of her sons to drive her to the car wash. You know, one of those ones, obviously car washes are closed. It's one of the ones, you know, that you hold the hose. Yeah, so it's that kind of car wash. Her other son meets her there. They wedge her in so that nobody can see. She stands in the forecourt of the spa and they hose her down. They hose her down. Then they use the drying nozzle and they dry her. But in her defense, you know, no mess. No mess. And I just think that video sums up our new life, doesn't it? I mean, this time last year, you would never have thought of driving to the car wash and doing your hair. And now it's completely normal. The video ends with her saying, I'm very cold and I have regrets. And I think that sums up my hair dyeing experience yesterday as well.
I wanted to look like Midnight Ruby.
So where are we going?
To the car wash.
Okay, we have arrived at the car wash. Mama looking fresh as always.
We're waiting for my son to show up so he can block in the other side.
Yeah, we need him to block the other side of the car wash.
I don't
so
want anybody to see me.
They just
here.
pulled in.
Oh,
they're
my
gonna
other
block
son
us.
He's gonna block us so nobody sees me. It is 40 degrees outside and I have to get out and wash this.
Oh, it's blowing by. What did y'all think about that? Ooh, Sean looking kind of cute, man. Yeah, working with it.
It's so cold. Oh, I have many regrets.
Okay, let's get out of here before anybody starts asking.
I think your hair looks really well.
But it's not bad if you but I have really bad eyesight. Whenever I put on my glasses, yes, it's not as good. But I keep my glasses off. It's fine. Yes. These are first world problems, you know? It's fine. But, I'm not going to the car wash yet. But who knows? Who knows? You might see me. You might see me there. You might see me. If you see me at the car wash, just wave, wave.
Same with us,
We'll
because
do
you're
that.
going to get yours done.
I need to get mine done as well, that reminds me. But I'm loving the risks that people are taking with their hair colours these days, because back in the day, the 70s and 80s, if you remember on TV, it was only Mrs. Slocum on Are You Being Served who was dyeing her hair purple and green and pink and all these weird colours. And now everybody has turned into Molly Sugden. Isn't it great?
And
Everyone's doing it.
and isn't it interesting that people are actually dyeing their hair grey?
I know, you see, I think that's a young person's thing. I'm hitting 47 next month. There is no way I'm dyeing my hair grey. I've got enough greys without dyeing it grey.
Yeah,
that's for those young ones.
But the young ones wanting to be grey, it's quite, I mean, don't get me wrong, the grey colour that they're putting in is absolutely gorgeous. But I'm 49 this month, next week actually. Yes, it's my 50th next year, so definitely not. I don't want any greys. The ones I have are enough as well.
No, my hair will be, once lockdown is over, obviously normal service will resume. Sure, it's a bit of crack, isn't it, dyeing your hair? But that leads us on quite well to my second story, why we're all doing this. It's because of Zoom. It's because of this. So it used to be we just met people and we glanced at ourselves whenever we left the house and we looked okay, that's fine. Now I'm talking to you, but I've got one eye on myself. I'm like this, I'm like, the chin's looking a bit funny. So scientists apparently are saying that we're actually suffering from Zoom dysmorphia. It's an actual condition. So whenever we're looking at ourselves going, I really need those eye bags done, this is a real thing. It's kind of like a mixture between the bad lighting and all that kind of thing. But there's a sentence in this report that gave me, what does it the young ones say? It gave me the feels. It gave me the feels. Some experts argue that what we're experiencing is somewhat of a reality check. No,
oh my goodness.
Experts. We don't look like this. We're much better looking than this.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently lots of people are turning to plastic surgery and to aesthetics because they don't like what they see on Zoom, and I get that.
I'm all for it. When the time comes that I need a bit of work to be done, I'll get it done.
That's it, Robin. Whenever the time comes,
I say get it in.
All for aesthetics. I think, look, whatever makes you happy, it's not about other people. What I really don't like is, sometimes you go on Facebook and people do this thing, they go, what I don't understand is these good looking women pumping their faces. Mind your own business. Honestly, mind your own, move on. If somebody wants to pump their face full of stuff, yeah, do it.
Well, absolutely. And to be fair, these things are here. So why would we not try and look as well as possible? I mean, I think that it's natural to, yeah.
Do it. And these drugs, that you're putting in your face, Botox is an NHS wonder drug. They've been using it for years for migraine, sweating, those kind of things. It's a fully tested wonder drug. So it's fine. And the other one, what is it? Filler? It's hyaluronic acid or something, which exists naturally. So it's fine as long as you go to a reputable person.
That's what I was going to say, because there are some out there that aren't the cheaper versions. Yes, and I would definitely say that if you're going to get it done, make sure you go to a really good place and that you've researched and or even take a recommendation. That's the best way, I think.
Recommendations. I'm happy, if anybody wants to message me, I have lots of recommendations.
Yeah.
Not, obviously.
Well, we did go and visit one recently.
We did.
And I think maybe next week on the show we'll take a look at that visit.
We definitely will. That would be brilliant. Yes.
Yeah.
It is interesting. It's interesting what you can get done. And I think people should know. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can get done. Literally these days, if you're not happy with something, change it.
Yeah.
If you want to, change it. Or, some people don't want to, and that's good too. Some people wear makeup, some people don't. We're all different. Wouldn't it be a very boring world if we were all the same?
Well, I also think as well, it is down to how you feel as well. And for some, putting something into their face might not make them feel any better. For me, it did. I definitely felt a lot better. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, there are days that I don't feel particularly good, but, you know, we're all going to get those days anyway because that's within us, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you're going to get that anyway. And if you can change something, if you can do something, sure, why not? And then hats off to people who grow old gracefully. Hats off to them, because that'll not be me. I'll be that granny in the car in the car wash dyeing my hair red, and that'll be me. But actually, that leads me on quite well to my third story about people who just do whatever they want, and also a lesson to us all that money doesn't buy taste. Okay, there was a rapper in America, and his name is Lil Uzi Vert. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him either, no.
But apparently we should have, because he has just got inserted into his forehead a $24 million pink diamond.
What?
He's kind of like dug out. I assume he's kind of like dug out a little bit and put it in, like, you know, like it kind of looks like a fruit pastel, you know, obviously it's a fruit pastel, and he's put it into his head. It's pink. He put it up on Instagram. 11 million likes he got. 11 million.
Wow.
And the caption was, "Beauty is pain." It cost him, so it cost him 24 million. But it only took him 4 years to pay this. Like, I think he was trying to say, you know, this took a long time to pay. 4 years is not a long time for 12 million.
Not to pay off that sort of money. What's he? Well, he's a rapper, obviously. We're in the wrong job. We need to start rapping.
Who we've never heard of. We're in the wrong business. We're in the wrong business. I think I'm going to have to become a rapper. But I don't know if I was a rapper that I would possibly get that inserted into my head. I mean, like, I don't know. Is it glued on? Is it sewed in? What? You know, infection? You know, it just throws up so many questions, doesn't it? But fair play to him. He likes it, and that's what matters.
Okay. Kim, finally for now, what's happening in Local Woman magazine then?
Local Woman, what are we doing? It's the usual mix of wonderful women doing weird and wonderful things. We really do have these great women in Local Woman. Like, while we're all lying about the house doing nothing, they're setting up businesses, they're out doing things, they're climbing mountains. I read Local Woman and it makes me feel tired, you know? It makes me feel tired. We're also got a lovely section this month. Next month is National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and we've got a lovely cover girl from Coleraine who's got a little daughter who's got Down, so she's so cute. And I've got a lovely story from Belfast too. And both these women have children with Downs, and they're just trying to change perceptions. And there's a lot of very old-fashioned views, as we all know, about Downs. So it's nice that they can, you know, we just give them a platform really, and they just do their thing. That's what I love about Local Woman. Give them a platform, do your thing, and they do it.
Brilliant. That's great.
Sounds great. Well, Kim, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you people. I feel like I've met you now. It's great. I can nearly touch you. It's just great.
Thank God for Zoom. That's all I can say. Kim Kelly, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kim.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's have some music now from the Ulster Orchestra's Our Songs, Our Place project. Here's Gemma with Blush and Bashful.
Grew on a farm outside of town. Life is much simpler than it is now. Our only worries then was whether the sky would stay blue, or not to forget to watch the flowers bloom. Why did you wait until now to trust and let me in? I know you never show weakness, so let me carry you in. Blush and bashful, one is brighter than the other. The stars seen from a distance, watch how they glisten. Blush and bashful, somehow we ended up together. Our shades make all the difference. getting late, and your umbrella is blown away. Why did you wait until now to trust and let me in? No, you never show weakness, so let me carry you in. Blush and bashful, one is brighter than the other. The stars seen from a distance, watch how they glisten. Blush and bashful, somehow we ended up together. Our shades make a difference. Tell me, are you with me in this? Would you kill to forget it? I know you never meant it. Would you kill to forget it? I know you never meant it. Blush and bashful, one is brighter than the other. Stars seen from a distance, watch how they glisten. Blush and bashful, somehow we ended up together. Our shades make a difference. Tell me, are you with me in this?
Okay, our next guest who joins us on the show has been a successful businessman. Today he's also a successful TV presenter. You will have seen him in shows like Celebrity Best Home Cook and of course on the BBC One show Wanted, A Simple Life. I'm pleased to say Chris Bavin joins us on the line. Chris, how are you?
Hi, Chris.
Hello. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you both?
Very well, thank you. We're good, yeah. So for a lot of people, Chris, people are taking it easy now with all the restrictions happening. A lot of people working from home at the minute, but you seem to be busier than ever. You're never off the TV screens these days.
Yeah, well, they're like buses, aren't they? TV shows. They always come at once. But no, I mean, what's on the telly now was filmed probably from the summer of last year, and it was at a time. So March was the initial lockdown, and then around the sort of June, July time, it started to get a bit easier. You know, the summer came, and I think we were on a downward trajectory. So lots of filming started, although still with lots of restrictions and lots of COVID protocols in place. But yeah, from sort of July we started filming. We filmed Best Home Cook around then, which is a reasonably sort of contained filming setup. It's in a studio, so they can remove a lot of the variables, but they adhered to all COVID protocols and was we were all perfectly safe during that process. And then obviously Wanted, A Simple Life, we started filming in sort of autumn time, again before lockdown restrictions were increased, and as it was predominantly filmed outside, and we took all the precautions that we needed to and that we could. And since Christmas, when restrictions were ramped up a bit, filming has sort of eased off. I think there's been a lot less going on, but yeah, it was good to get a couple of series in the bag, or the can, as they say, before lockdown was increased. So, but yeah, no, it was great.
Let's talk about Wanted, A Simple Life. It must have been great to travel to all those fabulous locations throughout the UK.
Yeah, I was. I mean, don't tell them, but I would have done it for nothing. Luckily, my agent's not here. So, but what a treat! What a treat! Because basically, I got the privilege of going to the places that people dream of moving to. So these were all, amazing. We went to Kent, Devon, Dorset. We went to the Isle of Skye in Scotland, which was just beautiful. And I think, without wishing to be biased, the cherry on the cake was the Causeway coast. That was breathtakingly beautiful, and a place that I've never been. So it was such a treat, to visit some of these places for the first time. Some of them I had been to, Dorset, Devon, Cornwall were places that I'm reasonably familiar with. But to come to the Causeway coast, and I've got a chance to go to the Giant's Causeway. I was by myself, which isn't the best way to enjoy anything, but still, it was just just breathtakingly beautiful, and even in probably not the best weather, you would say.
No, yeah.
It's just stunning. I mean, I couldn't even imagine how glorious that will be on a summer's day.
And of course, you got a chance to work with us, which was probably the best bit.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was. I mean, you two made the scenery look dull, I must admit, you know.
You're too kind.
No, it was a genuine pleasure. You were absolutely lovely to work with, and what a joy to be able to reconnect here just after your episode.
I know, it was brilliant to be able to sit and watch it. We've watched it every day actually, so we've really been, you know, we feel like you've been here with us in our living room watching Wanted the Simple Life. So yeah, we've had a great time watching it. And the Isle of Skye, you're right, was stunning. I mean, how lucky were you?
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, it's a very similar coastline to the Causeway coast. You know, they're sort of opposite, aren't they? So they have lots of similarities. But yeah, wow, the Isle of Skye is just beautiful. I mean, I've never been to New Zealand, but it has that sort of feel, you know, completely unspoiled, you know, enormous mountain ranges. Just, yeah, really, really sensational. And I think actually this show does a couple of things. Obviously, lots of people like yourself are thinking about maybe having a change of pace and moving somewhere else, but also actually probably foreign travel or you know, going abroad might be reduced in the immediate future. Would definitely be, you know, reduced in the immediate future. So it's good that people can get to see some of these places that actually might serve them for a holiday, you know, if not a permanent destination, certainly somewhere to go and visit for the weekend or a week or two, because we're so spoiled. You know, we have such amazing things on our doorstep. The only thing we can't guarantee is the weather, unfortunately, you know, whereas if you go further afield, you can. But yeah, no, it was an absolute treat to visit all these places.
We have had various tweets and messages from people saying, you know what, we really must come to Northern Ireland. We really must come and visit the Causeway Coast. So hopefully it's done some good for tourism here as well. And I must say as well, if people haven't watched the show, it's on iPlayer at the minute. All the episodes are on there, so you can check it out on there as well.
It's well worth doing, I think, actually. That's a great way. You know, lots of people are interacting with TV programs that way, you know, on the catch up or different things or on the internet, whatever. But yeah, you can go back and have a look. And I would recommend, you know, people do, if they haven't called it already, go back and have a look at it on iPlayer, because I think, you know, not being biased, but I think it's a lovely show, isn't it?
Of course, Chris, you've actually worked on many other shows, including working with our very own Gloria Hunniford on Food, Truth or Scare. Tell us about that.
So yeah, we did that. We did that for quite a few years, actually. We've done it maybe, I think, probably 4 or 5 years now, maybe even more. But Gloria is just a treat to work with. She's a joy, you know, really brilliant. But she's, you know, she's still got that fierce journalistic streak to her. You know, she really wants to dig into the stories and find out more and do lots of her own research, you know, so she hasn't lost that sort of journalistic integrity. The first thing that sort of really struck me with working with Gloria was we were doing our links together, and you get your script and it says Chris and then Gloria, and then, you know, we get our bits. And me being reasonably new, I was just reading my bits, you know, trying to learn my words and lines and you know, links and stuff. And she said, "Oh, I was reading through a couple of your bits." And I'm like, "Oh, you read my bits as well?" And she's like, "Yeah, no." She reads everything, and, you know, makes notes and you know, points out questions or things that she, you know, she feels that, you know, you should say or ask or whatever. I mean, absolutely brilliant, consummate professional, lovely lady. So Food, Truth or Scare is basically, in the media we see lots of sensational headlines about a cup of coffee a day will, you know, give you Alzheimer's, and the next day you pick up a paper and it says a cup of coffee a day can, you know, lengthen your life, you know. So we try and look at those stories and find out the truth behind the headlines, basically. So, because there are lots of sensationalist things written about the foods that we eat and drink. So yeah, it's just about sort of, you know, debusting some of those myths, basically, which is a brilliant, lovely show.
And food and fresh produce is something you've been very passionate about kind of all your life, haven't you?
Absolutely, yes. I started importing fruit and veg when I was very young, a long time ago now. Yeah, it's something that I've always been a big advocate of, a big fan of and a big sort of follower of. I had a greengrocers for many years, for about 7 or 8 years. We had one of the first zero packaging greengrocers in the country. We opened that in 2009, called the Naked Grocer. And yeah, I've been involved in fresh produce my whole life, basically. So it's something that I'm, very fond of.
You also have some books out at the moment. One that was out in 2019 called Good Food Sorted, but you've also got a new one called Fakeaway. Tell us about that.
Well, basically, we are a nation of takeaway lovers now, aren't we? Which is, absolutely fine. But then you can get them delivered to your house on the touch of a button on your phone. They've never been easier to get, and that is fine. Absolutely. I'm not here to demonize takeaways. And if someone wants a night off of cooking, especially now, do whatever you need to do to feel happy. But I also think that takeaways are very expensive. In lots of cases come with lots of added saturated fat, salt and sugar. Not always, I'm not saying all takeaways are unhealthy, but let's face it, lots are. And I just thought, we love our takeaways. There's no reason why you can't cook some of your, takeaway favorites at home. We sort of seem to have this misconception that takeaway outlets are these, emporiums of mystique and magic and wonder, and what they can do could never be replicated at home. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Anything that could be cooked in a commercial kitchen could be cooked in your own kitchen, barring maybe a deep fat fryer that you might not have, but everything else could be done. And I think actually it's a lot of fun cooking them yourself. There is obviously the washing up. There's no getting away from that. But I would strongly recommend that, if you do like, a takeaway from time to time, have a go at cooking it yourself, because you might be pleasantly surprised.
Well, I look forward to having a look at that, definitely, and giving some of the recipes a try, because one of the team had actually suggested a recipe last week with lentils, a lentil curry, and I had lentils in the cupboard, everything that was, I had it, and made it, and it was beautiful.
It really was, yeah.
Really lovely, so hopefully you've got some exciting dishes, I'm sure, that I can give a go when I'm up on the North Coast.
Yeah, there's the Tarka Dal is a beautiful lentil curry, really delicious. And I think one of the best things about curries is they get better with age. So actually, if you make a nice big batch of it, portion it out and freeze some, you've only got one lot of washing up, one lot of cooking, but you could have 4, 5, 6 meals there in the freezer ready for you for those times that you don't fancy cooking. And the flavor doesn't lose anything. In fact, it enhances. They get better. So you pull that curry out of the freezer in a month's time or 6 weeks time, it's even better. And then you don't have to cook it or wash up. So it's just win-win-win.
All right, Chris, we're nearly out of time. What about any future TV projects in the pipeline? Anything we should know about?
So yeah, hopefully, COVID permitting, we've got more Eat Well coming up. Fingers crossed for more Wanted Simple Life. Maybe a revisit. Maybe we'll be back to see you guys.
Wow.
And see how you're getting on. But yeah, there's lots of things in the pipeline. But obviously, there's a few challenges and hurdles to overcome. So, but yeah, fingers crossed. As long as look, the vaccination is getting out there. We're moving into spring. We can film outside a lot more. We've got longer, lighter days. Fingers crossed. The rest of the year looks like it's on the way up.
All right, well, Chris, good to talk to you as always, and let's hope we'll see you back here in Northern Ireland sometime soon.
You 100% will.
Lovely seeing you, Chris.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Now, time for some more great local music, and a couple of weeks back on the show, we featured the Ulster Orchestra's Our Songs, Our Place project, and over the past few weeks, they've been releasing different songs as the weeks go on. We're going to feature another one of them now, this time Emer Kenny, and a track called Ghosts, which also features Duke Special on this track. Here it is.
You were a dangerous game. I believed I could win. I think of you all the time. Laid bare on the grave of our dead blind. So let the storms take me. Your virtuous cruelty, this wound it still bleeds for you. Your words, they still haunt me, and ghosts, they torment me. This wound it still bleeds for you. Why did I return to this desolate place? Did I think I could raise the dead? Should I curse your name, my dangerous game, or make this cold earth my bed? So let the storms take me, your virtuous cruelty, this wound it still bleeds for you. Your words, they still haunt me, and ghosts, they torment me. This wound it still bleeds for you.
Another great song from the Ulster Orchestra's Our Songs, Our Place, a project that was Emer Kenny and Duke Special in there as well, and a track called Ghost. And if you want more information or you want to get your hands on that CD, you can go to the website, which is ulsterorchestra.org. Right, let's head back a year. Do you remember events? Big events in Belfast?
Yes, I remember.
When we were all allowed a good night out, yeah? We're going to talk now about the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards 2020. They took place around this time last year, didn't they?
It was. What a great night, Robin, it was. It was absolutely filled with people, the Europa, and it was such fun.
It was a great night, and of course everybody loves their fish and chips. Everybody loves to get involved, don't they? And it was great to see so many fish and chip shop owners in one room in the Europa Hotel. Now, as we said, this was filmed last year, before lockdown, before social distancing and all that. We were there to join in the fun. Here's what happened at the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards. Okay, so we're here in Portadown now. The winner of the best fish and chip shop in County Armagh goes to Gordy's. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how did it feel to win the best in County Armagh then?
Brilliant. Like, we've actually only been doing it for about a year now, so it's unreal to actually get this far, never mind win it.
So it must be good that your customers have really picked up on this in such a short time and put those votes in.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the judges coming out even after that just wowed me. Like, I couldn't believe how well we had done.
So what about the actual award ceremony? What was that like then?
I didn't actually make it, I was working, but you have to keep the customers happy. No, my dad had went down and he picked up the award for me, so it was brilliant. We'd actually named the shop Gordy's because he was called Gordy, so
Right, okay.
fitted well. I'm going to collect the award.
So was there a history of fish and chip shops in your family then over the years?
Yeah, my dad actually started out with a chip van, and then him and my brother opened a chip shop in Magashel in Dungannon, and just sort of went on from there. Me and my brother bought this a year ago now, and ever since.
So what makes a good fish and chip shop then, in your opinion?
It's all about me being here. See, to be honest, it's just taking that extra time to do everything right. That's the main thing. Like, you can have as many staff as you want and the food can still be going out bad, so it's all about the quality of the food you're putting out.
So for fish and chip shop owners these days, how many hours do you have to put into it then?
Around about 60, maybe 70, it just depends.
And of course for fish and chip shops these days as well, it's not just fish and chips, pasty suppers these days, you really have to have a lot of other stuff on the menu as well, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. That's the main thing. It's a good variety and it helps so much.
Okay, so what sells well here then?
The fish, chicken goujons, our burgers, everything's brilliant, so doesn't matter what it is.
Alright, now the first thing I noticed when I came through the door was Gordy's Steak Feast here. Tell me all about this. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I have one of them every day. No, it's brilliant. Like, you steak, whatever sauce you want. Pepper sauce is really popular with it, but peas, onions, chips,
Wow.
brilliant.
And only $6.95 as well.
Yeah, that's a bargain. You go into a restaurant, you're paying $26.95 for it.
Now the big debate, we were talking about this on the radio last week as well, is about curry sauce, right? Do you have it with fish, yes or no?
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but it's either mushy peas or curry sauce.
So we're here in Lurgan now, we're here at the Park Avenue Chippy, another winner from the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards. Congratulations. Tell us, how was the big night?
It was fabulous, very big, extravagant. It was like being on the awards, the television awards for the MTAs or something.
Oh wow, so you got one of the highly commended awards then. What was your award for?
It was probably second place, which came the winner from Portadown, and then I was in second place for Lurgan, the only chip shop in Lurgan that got an award.
All right, okay. So what does it mean for a chip shop to get that kind of accolade?
Well, it's very good from our customers' point of view. It gives them more confidence, and it is a busy shop, and people did see it. It was on Facebook, so people saw it, and they did come in congratulating us, and they've always told us that they think this is one of the best shops and the cleanest.
Okay, so how long have you been here in Lurgan for then?
I'm into my 17th year, although I have had other catering businesses before all around Lurgan.
So why did you want to get into the fish and chip shop business then?
Well, I did get into it around 20 years ago. So I had been in a coffee shop before that, so I've had chip shops and restaurant. and now this one. I've been here the longest.
And obviously, over your time working, you must have seen lots of changes in the industry.
Yes, the food hygiene for one, it has really come up. You have to come up to their standard, and they do check it. So I've always got the 5, so I'm happy with that. Well, you can't get any higher, so
Exactly.
five's good.
Tell us what's popular on your menu.
The chicken is one of the big popular foods. It's the southern fried chicken, but fish as well is a big seller. And the chips, because we do our own fresh chips. They're freshly cut, peeled and cut every morning. And so that's a big thing. We do other things like taco chips, which are popular too, but the burgers are another big seller. So it would be, the main things would be the fish, the chicken and the burgers.
What about local suppliers?
Well, I buy from Elliott's in Portadown most of my products, and from Golden Glen and Lisburn and the dry goods, and they are good. I mean, Elliott's in particular, they don't provide you with bad products.
Yes,
they have good quality products, so I'm happy with that.
All right. Now, we had a big debate on the radio the other day about curry sauce. And does curry sauce go with fish? What do you think?
Yes, quite a few people get it to go on their fish, but on their chips, of course, too. And we do 2 different types of curry. We do the Chinese curry and the sweet curry. So they're both actually quite popular.
Our journey around Northern Ireland continues as we visit the best fish and chip shops around. We're here in Crumlin and we're here in Milano's. Brian, congratulations first of all on getting the highly commended certificate at the awards.
Thanks very much, Robin.
So it was for best front of house, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed, yeah.
So what makes a good front of house then?
Clean, tidy, just nice decor, you know.
Tell us about the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards. Is this something good for the industry as a whole?
Absolutely. It keeps you on your toes. It improves standards all around. You know, you need to be half decent to sort of get into the top few.
Yeah. And what was it that made you enter the competition in the first place?
Just to try and boost business, basically, and just to keep myself and staff members on their toes.
Is it difficult at the minute, under the current climate, working in the industry?
It is indeed. The competition's fierce. There's people opening all around us all the time, and the price of ingredients is on the up all the time, and so it could be tough. You know, it keeps you on your toes.
Tell us about Milano's. How did it all start? How long have you been here for?
I've been here 5 years, but I've been in Belfast, a second shop in Belfast, just over 20 years. So I'm in Crumlin itself 5 years.
All right. Tell us, what's the kind of popular things you have on the menu then?
Well, basically it's fish and chips, pizza, and there's, like taco chips. We're pretty well known for our taco chips. They go pretty well.
Are you finding these days people want a little bit more than just fish and chips? You have to have lots of different stuff on the menu.
Yeah, absolutely. You try and be different. You try and do as much different type of stuff as possible, just to keep ahead of your competitor. Yeah. Provided the standard as well as maintaining a good standard.
Okay. Right. We were talking on the radio the other day. We're having a discussion about curry sauce. Right? Mm-hmm. Do you have curry sauce with fish? Yes or no?
Yes. People do. I personally don't, but people do. So it's not my cup of tea, but tastes change.
Now, another one of the finalists in the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Awards of 2020 was the Vintage Fish and Chip Shop here in Lisburn. We'll find out all about it because Anya's here. How are you?
I'm well, Robin. Thank you very much.
So, congratulations, first of all, on becoming one of the finalists. What was the night in the Europa Hotel like?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. It really was. Great wee night, and everybody enjoyed themselves. Everything went really well. The food, entertainment, all really, really good. Andrew did a really good job.
So it must mean a lot then to get this recommendation from not just the judges, but from your customers as well.
Yes, absolutely. I thank them all for supporting us. Our customers are great. We have a lot of older customers who weren't able to do that through social media, but we at least we got it, and it was lovely. We didn't expect it. So we're only nearly 2.5 years in business, so we definitely didn't expect it. Now we're really chuffed.
So you're still fairly new in business, but fishing has been part of your family for many years, hasn't it?
It has. Fishing is in our lifeblood for many generations now. My grandfather and father operated the leading UK fishing boat, which was very successful. My husband also, Brian, he owns Elmore Seafood, and he has been supplying, well, their company has been supplying the industry for over 125 years now with freshly hand-cut cod and haddock.
Wow, and of course when people come in here they can see the photographs on the wall of your family, can't they?
Yes, they can, yeah. It's lovely seeing my granda and my father. It brings it a wee bit more to life. Yeah.
So tell us about the fish that you serve here. I mean, I imagine cod and haddock are still pretty popular.
Absolutely, yeah. Cod, especially cod, though I am trying to change customers' opinions now. I think a lot of them have changed to haddock. Our fish is fresh, comes fresh from our factory every day, which is really good. Also our scampi, but we do other products. We do like a fisherman's basket where we have cod, goujon, scampi, phyllo prawns. Just brings a wee bit, of a difference to the normal standard chippy.
I suppose nowadays as well, you have to keep up with people's dietary requirements and stuff as well. I see some vegan options on your menu.
Yeah, vegan's a big thing. I tried veganism myself from July until December. I enjoyed it. So we've had a lot of good reviews about our vegan food. We offer vegan chips. They're all cooked in rapeseed oil, of course, in a separate pan. And we have now taken on a vegan pasty with roasted red pepper and garlic, which we can't hold out to. Yeah,
wow.
And they're really lovely. Yeah, we've even tried to convert some of our customers as well.
So when you come here, you can actually get a good, healthy food from this chip shop, can't you?
Absolutely. We even offer a baked cod or haddock where it is steamed baked in an oven. So that's become very popular with gluten-free customers as well, yeah.
And what about the industry here in Lisburn? Is there many chip shops around this area?
There's actually quite a lot, yeah. We used to actually supply this shop ourselves, so a few times actually from previous owners. Yeah, there's a lot of competition, yeah, but there's a lot of people as well.
Okay, so we've kept you waiting long enough. It's time to find out who is the overall winner, who is the best fish and chip shop in Northern Ireland. We're here in Portaferry, and the winner is Captain Jack's. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much, Robin.
So tell me this, what does it mean to be the number one, the best in Northern Ireland?
A bit of a shock, I suppose, but very good, very good. It's nice to be there.
But of course, you've been winning other awards recently as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we won the Taste of Ulster 17, 18 and 19 awards, and hopefully to get the 2020 as well.
Okay. Tell us about Captain Jack's. How long have you been going for? How did it all come about?
I suppose Captain Jack's is going 5 years, but it's been a business running for about 15 years, so it started small and worked our way up to where we are today.
Of course, it's more than just a fish and chip shop. I mean, there's kind of everything on the menu. You've got pizzas on the menu as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we diversify quite a bit just to make sure that we catch all the audience and cover all the bases of what we can, that all the customers are satisfied.
And of course, down here in Portaferry, you must have all the great local seafood and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, all our fish comes fresh from Portavogie. Our prawns are fresh from Portavogie. We have a local supplier there that we pick it up fresh every day, that we know we're getting the best quality product for our shop.
I'm going to talk about the desserts. I had dessert earlier on as well. They're fabulous and they're homemade as well, aren't they?
Yep, Jackie, my wife, makes most of the desserts, or nearly all the desserts. She's the one that does the baking, I do the cooking. I don't do baking, so she's the sweet tooth, I'm the savoury one.
And I must say congratulations as well on your coffee. I had a great cup of coffee earlier.
Yeah, we use another local company called 38 Espresso, that their coffee beans are brewed or roasted in corridor, and try to keep the supply chain as close to home as we can, so all our suppliers are based in the local area when we can use them.
I know you just had a big refurbishment over the weekend here as well, so what's the kind of future plans for Captain Jack's then?
Future plans, I suppose, keep going, make it bigger, make it better, more space, better for the customers, better environment, and just keep doing what we're doing.
What's it like working within the fish and chip shop industry at the minute? Is it a good, thriving business in Northern Ireland?
Yeah, it's a good, thriving business, but it's again, it has its struggles. You have to diversify, you have to keep being innovation, making sure that you're on top of the game, giving the customer what they want. Do that, and that's what makes a success.
What's things like down here in Portaferry?
It's good, it's a lovely village, a bit quiet in winter, very busy in summer, but it's a good place to be and we enjoy it. We're a good part of the community. We enjoy being in the community, and the people in it are fantastic.
James, thank you so much, and once again congratulations on winning the best fish and chip shop in Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you.
What a great night that was at the Europa Hotel in Belfast for the Northern Ireland Fish and Chip Shop Awards, and great to meet so many of the winners there as well. And don't forget, that was filmed last year, way before lockdown, before social distancing and anything like that.
Yes, and voting is currently underway for the 2021 Fish and Chip Shop Awards, so get voting.
Yeah, check out the website, which is nifishandchipshopawards.co.uk. That's all we have time for on The Big Show this week. Thank you to all our guests, and we'll see you back here same time next week.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.